For over 2 decades, soccer's biggest stage operated on a strict, perfectly symmetrical formula. 32 teams organized into neat groups, feeding a tidy knockout bracket. That blueprint is gone. In June of 2026, the governing body of the sport officially dismantled the old structure to make room for a massive expansion. The math here is staggering. The field grew to 48 teams, requiring organizers to schedule 104 matches across a 39-day window. This tournament covers more ground than any in history, distributed across a co-hosting network in the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Analysts immediately warned that this scale comes at a cost. They argued that adding 16 teams would dilute the talent pool and lead to a series of lopsided, uncompetitive blowouts. This creates a central tension. Does stretching the bracket ruin the elite quality of the tournament, or is it the only way to make the event represent the actual global footprint of the sport? The early results provided plenty of evidence for the critics. On June 18th, Canada faced Qatar in a group stage match that ended in a 6-0 rout. Striker Jonathan David secured a hat-trick, illustrating the offensive dominance possible against teams that struggled to qualify in the old 32-team system. But mismatched scorelines are only one part of the challenge. The teams also have to survive the most intense logistical demands ever placed on professional athletes. A squad might play a match at 7,000 feet in Mexico City's Estadio Azteca and then board a long-haul flight to face their next opponent in the cooler, sea-level climate of Vancouver. Most of these games take place in American NFL stadiums. These venues are designed for massive crowds, routinely holding up to 80,000 fans for a single group stage match. Surviving the 2026 group stage requires more than just skill on the pitch. It requires navigating both huge competitive disparities and a travel schedule that spans 3 countries and multiple time zones. Despite those logistical hurdles, the expansion was designed to address a different problem: the historical exclusion of most of the world from the bracket. This chart shows the shift in representation. Asia's allocation jumped to 8 spots, while Africa moved to 9, nearly doubling the presence of both regions compared to the previous era. This redistribution changes the nature of the event. It is no longer a tournament dominated by European and South American federations, but a model built on broader global representation. This results in novel matchups that were mathematically impossible before. We're seeing fixtures like Scotland fighting through a gritty 1-0 win over Haiti in Boston, or Iraq playing a high-stakes match against Norway in Massachusetts. These games bring together different styles of play and different fan bases that rarely interacted on this stage. The inclusion of these diverse teams is the specific mechanism that allows the tournament to function as a global event. It forces the sport's traditional powers to contend with regions that were previously locked out of the competition. This broader field has also fundamentally lengthened the path to the championship. This graphic shows the new gauntlet. Organizers added a round of 32 knockout phase, meaning a team has to win 5 consecutive elimination games after surviving the group stage just to reach the final. To survive an 8-match marathon like this, a team can't just rely on a few stars. They need unprecedented squad depth to manage fatigue and injuries over nearly 6 weeks of play. The tournament will reach its climax on July 19th at MetLife Stadium, a venue large enough to handle the massive logistical footprint of the expanded model. With 104 matches played in stadiums of this size, total attendance figures are projected to break every previous World Cup record. The 32-team format was built for a time when the sport's power was concentrated in a few regions. The 2026 expansion replaces that old structure with a continent-spanning marathon that finally matches the actual scale of its 4 billion fans.